Okay, so today we're back in the Lake District. I'm going on a solo hammock camping adventure tonight. So let's go. So the weather was looking miserable all week, and then thankfully it cleared up last night, last minute. So I've driven down this morning to the Lake District to make the most out of this gorgeous weather. Blue skies and sunshine all around. Let's get going. Okay, so I've parked my car in a National Trust car park just by Ullswater, and I'm walking up towards the hills up here. I'm not going up there, I'm heading towards these trees just along this ridge, and hopefully there'll be a good spot for me to put my hammock. If not, we'll keep looking, but there's a bit of an adventure behind hammock camping because you can't scout out spots. You just have to find them on your walk, which is nice. Ooh. I think that's actually a gate just on this walk here. Let's head this way. Ooh, my hair's on the screen. We're walking through these ferns here. There's a few very spiky plants, which is not nice on my legs. It's over 20 degrees today, which if you're not from the UK, that is hot. So, got a bit of a sweat on. I apologise for my being out of breath again, but you'll probably get used to it after a while. We're reaching this gate now. Lovely. The gate is a little bit broken. I'm going to abandon that. I found some steps here instead. I'm going to go over these because that gate did not want me to go through it. I've just come up from over those stairs there and I've come across a path. I didn't know this was here. That's very nice actually. Just going to walk along this path for a bit. I think I'm going to try and head up through these trees as soon as I see a decent opening. They look good though. They're well spaced and they're quite sturdy looking trees as well. Looking positive, this is going well. I seem to be approaching, ooh, I almost fell. I seem to be approaching the highest fell wall, and if you know your rules, you know that you have to camp above the highest fell wall. So any part of the forest above this wall, I'm all right, which is nice because I'm so out of breath today. It's probably got something to do with the ice cream that I just ate and the stitch that it's caused. And it's really hot. I'm so sweaty. Right, I think I'm gonna be hammock camping somewhere around here. So the highest fell wall is just down there, and there are some really good views and some very nice trees just up here, so let's go find a spot. Okay, so I've had a bit of a wander and I have settled on these two trees. So we've got this one here and this one next to me here, and the views are incredible. I'm perfectly secluded. I'm just in the middle of the trees here. I've got a good view. What more could you ask for? Right, let's get it set up. Okay, so I found my perfect spot to set up the hammock tonight. Let's get it set up. I'm going between these two trees here. I'm using the Covacure. I'm gonna go with it. Covacure, I think that's how it's said. Hammock. This is a very good hammock. I've used it a few times. It's a very good setup and it's really easy once you actually know what to do. I was very confused to start with, but it folds into itself, which is very helpful. So I can actually demonstrate how to put it up. So you got 2 straps here, and you're going to want to put one on either tree. So you wrap it round, you have to give the tree a bear hug. So I'm going to have to come in close actually. Right, let's move the camera so you can see me. Ah, there's a lot of trees here. Okay, so you've got your strap. What you're going to want to do is kind of get in a hug stance with the tree, and you want to have like an arm's length there of this out. You want to put this hand around here and throw it to yourself. It normally takes me a few tries. Oh. And there we go. If there's an easier way to do that, let me know. But that's what I go with. You'll have one hole on one end and then a few on another. And what you want to do is thread the one that's got a few through that singular loop. It's hard work speaking through this. Right, so I throw it round normally another time. Oh, I can't reach it. Okay, so it's through another time now. And what you want to do is just thread that through. Oh, and now you've got one hole successfully done. Okay, so that's one side. You've got to repeat it on the other side and just make sure that it's got enough room for your hammock. Okay, time for side number 2. My hammock is about the width of the distance between these 2 trees. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm going to try and go on this side actually, because I'm short, so I'll use this. There we go. I'm just speaking absolute rubbish right now. Right, so that's quite long there, but I can put my hammock as high as that, which is all right. Okay, don't know if that makes sense. I was waffling. Hopefully it did. Let's clip this one in here. There we go. In this instance, I've actually managed to put my hammock too high up, so I won't be able to get in that because I'm too small. So, like, you know what I mean, that ain't happening. So let's go again. My phone ran out of storage, so I had to go through and delete loads of stuff. My phone is also on 5%, so I'm feeling very, very organised. So I might go do this whilst charging my phone, and then I'll get back to you because I'm being attacked by bugs and my phone is not playing ball, so let's go again. So in the normal spirit of things, my portable charger has gone from 100%. I left the car and it was on 100%. I've not used it. It's been in my bag. Now it's on 0. My phone's on 2%. It's really frustrating. I wouldn't mind, but I made sure I charged it up and I put it on like charge before. It's so annoying. Right, so moving on from that, I'm gonna put my GoPro down. Oof. There we go. Put my GoPro down. It's so annoying. This always happens. Something always goes wrong. Like, no matter how hard I try, how hard I plan, I literally do everything right and it still goes wrong. So technology has failed me today. I'm not bothered about my phone. I'm bothered about like the safety side of things. Like, I have no way to contact anyone if something goes wrong. So like, I need to make sure that my phone stays alive somehow, or I'm gonna have to call it again. I'm gonna go back to the car and come back up. I was sweaty, I was so sweaty. I'm gonna have to find a way to charge my phone. I wonder if my GoPro can charge my phone. If I plugged my phone into my GoPro, because I've got 2 full batteries of GoPro charge. No negativity, solutions. Solutions. Right, I'm gonna try that and hopefully it works. If it works, then I'm great. I'm doing well. Right, I'm not gonna get excited about it until I know it works, but I'll let you know. Okay, so I got excited for no reason. I have packed up because the GoPro does not charge my phone. GoPro, please, next time you make one, make it so it can also be a portable charger, because that makes a lot of sense. Anyway, rant over. I've packed up because it's not safe for me to be here without a way to contact someone in an emergency. So I'm gonna go back to the car and then I'm coming back up because I'm not missing out on this incredible weather. Let's go, and I'll see you in a bit. Well, that was a pain. But I think I turned into part trail runner because I've been down, I'm back up, I'm higher up than I was before, and it's only 8 o'clock. I have found a tree. That is a very majestic tree. Can you see it? This is my tree. But I'm pretty sure that I can hammock camp inside this tree. And I'm gonna give it a go. If I can't, I can't. Because it's 8 o'clock, sun sets at 10. So I'm gonna give it a go. There is a branch here, a really thick one, and a really thick branch on this side as well. And they go outwards. So my hammock should fit inside of this tree, and the view is even better than before. Let me show you. As per usual, something falls over. Let's get the hammock set up in this tree. Sounds wild to say that. I don't know what the logistics are gonna be of getting this hammock set up. Let's go. This might be the coolest thing I've ever done. The idea is I'm gonna wrap these really tightly around these two really strong branches, and then I'm gonna put my hammock up. That's a strong tree. And I've got tree bark in my eyeball. That can hold my weight. That's one side done. Let's get the other side set up. That's really difficult to do. I am on my absolute tippy toes right now, to the point where I'm giving myself foot cramp, flipping neck. Okay, I've got foot cramp in both of my feet. One. I've actually done something really cool there. Okay, so I've gathered everything to set up my sleeping system. I keep thinking it's raining. I think I'm just paranoid. I love this thing now I've figured out how to use it. I always wonder how people invent stuff. Well, I am not an inventor. Clearly, I can't even speak. As I was saying, I am not an inventor, so it always baffles me how people invent stuff. Like the simplest thing, like a spoon or something, isn't simple. Like how do you just go, oh yeah, let's form this metal thing into a shape so that we can eat. If anyone else thinks about that, please let me know so I don't feel like an absolute lunatic. Like the wind is blowing into this sack. I closed the sack and push the air down, and it does 90% of the work for me. Flipping heck. My sleeping bag, I thought I'd lost that then. It's just been stopped by a branch, but my sleeping bag's just fallen. It's just started rolling down the hill. Never mind. I've forgotten to put half of my hammock up, because these were in my pocket the whole time, which are the clips that hold my mosquito net up. I don't like to use these hooks that they give you, because I just find them useless, to be honest. So there's loops on the top on the mosquito net, and you just tie it through, tie a knot, and then what you want to do is take this string and pull it up and round over the branch that your sleeping bag? I'm not speaking English anymore. I think I lost brain cells on the way down. So you're gonna take it round. Woo. Take it round. You're gonna hook it over. And then you're gonna bring the other end of it out. I just walked into the tree. The other end of it needs to come round and go through the other side, because there's an identical loop on the other side, and you just want to pull it so that it's as tight as you want it. My mosquito net's now fully operational. Lovely, they're looking good. Let's get my sleeping bag in, and then I'm gonna use my bivy bag over my sleeping bag tonight. A bivy bag is just like a little sack, like this. Mine is the Alp Kit Hunker. If you're a bigger person, get the XL because they're quite small. You want to put your sleeping bag inside your bivy bag, so if it rains or gets damp or there's a lot of moisture overnight, your sleeping bag won't get wet. Because when sleeping bags, like down sleeping bags, get wet, they aren't as warm because the moisture gets into the down and stops it from being as insulating. I like to throw it over my shoulder. I get the end of my sleeping bag, I get the bivy bag, and I just stuff it in, and then I grab the head. Woo! Jeez, I'm knocking everything over. Anyway, I grab the head of the sleeping bag and the head of the bivy bag, and I just line them up. And then it's kind of like when you put your duvet in its cover at home. Just give it a shimmy shake. That's in there. Let's get my pillow in. Okay. If you're not using a pillow when you're camping, why? Why are you torturing yourself? Right, so this is my final tour. It's a bit cramped in my entranceway because I put it the wrong way round. This is my hammock, all set up. Here, and then I open my mosquito net, fly net. I'm not sure what it's called actually. Anyway, this is my setup. I have my bivy bag, I've got my sleeping bag, my pillow, and then underneath I've got my sleeping mat. I tend to use a higher R value mat when I'm in a hammock just because I get a bit colder because I've not got the insulation of a tent. I mean, my hammock is set up in there. This is my view. Even though things went wrong, it's turned out really well. Let's get some dinner in us because I'm hungry. Okay, so for dinner tonight, I've gone all out. I've not got a Tesco meal deal. I've not just got jerky. I've gone and I've bought myself a fancy sandwich. There's a new little brunch spot in Ambleside called Grain. I don't know how new it is because when I got back from Nepal, it was there. So I'm gonna go with, it's relatively new, maybe a few months old, but this is the little bag they gave me. It is a focaccia sandwich. If you don't know, I love focaccia. It's like my favourite thing. Right, I'm gonna sit on that so that it doesn't fly away. So it is a cured meat focaccia. I have squished it so it's not gonna look as nice as it did in the shop. But let's open this beauty up. It still looks good even after being squished. We get a little cross section of that. Well, the only thing I will say is it's quite dry, so I'm gonna have to get my water. But it tastes great. Right, let's have another mouthful and then I'm gonna rate it. Rating time. It's really tasty. The flavours are there, but I'm a big texture person as well. And I don't know if it's my fault because it has been in my bag, squished in a sweaty backpack for about 8 hours. But it is really like dry, like stale. So it's probably partially my fault, but I think the bread, the focaccia itself could do with some work. I should just turn into a food reviewer at this point. You're gonna get this. This is a new segment in my camping videos. I'm a massive foodie, so you will be having food reviews from now on. Anyway, if you do live near Ambleside, give Grain a go because I had their coffee this morning as well and that was really good. The lamb flatbread there, can't get it until after 11 AM I think. But if you're there, give that a go because that is really good. I've got water because that was quite dehydrating, I would say. I have found a new snack for camping, and that is cranberries. Who'd have thought? They're very good. They don't take up a lot of room, like that is really thin and small. They are a great source of like sugar, and they're really good. Like, really good. So the plan is now I'm gonna put my coat on and then I'm gonna chill out and watch the view. Starting to rain. Are you having a laugh? Are you really? Honestly, every time it tells me that it's not gonna rain, it rains. This is gonna be a long night if it continues. Right, I'm gonna put my coat on so that I don't get too cold. I'm gonna watch the view for a bit and then I'll be back. I am so cozy right now. This is my view. I mean, what more could you ask for? I am gonna sleep in my coat because I don't trust the weather. I've got hair in my mouth. I don't trust the weather forecast because it has been doing a little bit of a rain, nothing major, just a few drops every so often. I don't want to wake up in the middle of the night and I'm drenched because I'm a heavy sleeper, so I will just wake up wet. But yeah, I'm gonna head to sleep. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.